all slim and trim in your jacket.
Oh. I know it. I'm just a rail. All right, you ready?
Okay, zip me up.
Got it with your new fancy jacket?
Oh my goodness. All right, give me a hug goodbye, Robert. All right, love you, man.
Love you too.
Great seeing you. You guys are doing super. Another one. You guys are doing great. I'm gonna look good. Don't put it on there if I look good.
You gonna look all love, man.
I love you guys.
All right, buddy.
Love y'all.
All right, Mom. Come on, get up here so I can put you on this
Now
thing.
just take a little chair and run down those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arm rest, lift them.
Oh.
It's moving. Funny that you can't feel it, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sliding.
I know you.
Oh, they're on. I can't leave them for me.
There.
Oh, where was I?
I was like, oh my God, she's gonna blow me.
The jacket was tight before, but with the fleece, it's really tight. What are you doing?
All right, I didn't put my helmet on. I got to throw my hair back. I can't. I feel like a straight jacket. This is gonna stretch out, right? You look like you're all moving on nice and free.
I am nice and free.
Don't worry, it's a 30-day return in store.
So we got to come back.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff to put on. I have things in my pockets.
You got things in your pockets too?
I might just take this
Terrible.
off and have them return it.
It looks fine, because maybe there will be one day where you don't wear the...
That's the goal. I'm not. When we get out of here, I won't have the fleece on. I gotta be cozy. Right, I have my glasses here. A towel somewhere in here. All these pockets. Claustrophobic. I am trying to get everything on. This is so much work.
Dave, I love you, sweetie.
Love you.
Big old helmet.
One last hug.
All right, buddy.
Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy. I'm gonna cry, so let me get out of here before I start. All right, so I will text y'all. I'll text y'all as we get places.
On your jacket.
I know. Got my purse, got my phone.
Be safe.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
Love
See
you
ya.
Bye.
I'm gonna wake the neighbors. Here we go.
You know, anytime you visit someone you really love and it's time to go, there's a certain awkwardness about it, a discomfort, where you know it's the right thing to do, but you really don't want to go. That's the beauty of not overstaying, to always leave wanting a little bit more, and that's the feeling we have this morning. We're excited to be on the road, but it sure is tough saying goodbye to the kids. We love them, and we couldn't be more proud. We are truly grateful this morning. As we grab I-15 northbound and hop off on Highway 79, we blast through Winchester and Beaumont. We grab I-10 and head eastbound towards our first stop, which we've changed on the fly to Palm Springs, California. The road is beautiful out here. The weather is perfect. It's nice and warm. A lot of great scenery this morning, and a little bit of traffic as well, which is okay. And we're just enjoying the time together. I told you in a preceding video that one of the things that we were going to be discussing is questions that have been asked by you guys as we've been traveling out. Or one thing that I've been asked about the most, surprisingly, was gas mileage. Gas mileage is kind of a controversial subject with me. And when I say that, I always expect a little more than I get. Of course, we're running premium gasoline as we should in the CanAm. We've gotten as poorly as 28 miles to the gallon, and we've gotten as great as 34 miles to the gallon. When I look at my average for the trip on the way out there, we were 31.8 miles per gallon. That's where we were. That's 2 up, pulling a full trailer, in some pretty rough conditions. A lot of hills, a lot of heat. I did discover that when we got further out west, and oddly enough, I didn't expect this, as we were getting into more altitude, our gas mileage got better. Now, whether that's just the design of the machine or it just runs better at that altitude than it did at sea level, I really don't know, and I don't know what to attribute that to. If you have any ideas as to why that is the case, and you could certainly be a lot smarter than me on that, you can leave comments down in the comments section for those who may be interested in that. But that was our experience with the gas mileage situation. So as we roll down the highway through the lush mountains and the beautiful windmills, enjoy the scenery. Next stop, Palm Springs, California.
So as you can see, I got this down here. It's a little windy out there. We are in Palm Springs, California. We've done about 115 miles. Beautiful morning this morning, nice and cool when we left. Low 60s. Been in the low 60s pretty much the whole time. In the last 30 minutes, gone from 62 to 86. Supposed to be a hot day today. We knew that. Got an easy day today though. It's going to be super easy. We got to cross the desert next. That's always kind of the weird feeling, you know, you're driving out there, there's not a lot out there. I-8 was pretty desolate. I-10 looks like it's going to be a little more congested than I-8 was. I guess we'll see once we get out there and get further out into the middle of nowhere. But anyway, this has been a great ride, just beautiful. Beautiful valley though. They had a beautiful golf course right there off the road. Just wonderful place, man. California is absolutely beautiful. Talked to a lot of really cool people, fun people, nice people, everywhere you go. Coach Vic's in there getting us a cup of coffee because even if it's 90 degrees, you got to have your cup of coffee. But like I said, easy day today. We're going to do, I don't know, 300 and something. I can't remember exactly. 380. Yeah, 380 I think is what it was. Easy day. Tomorrow's even less than that, and then we're back up into the mid 400s every day. Taking it easy on the way back so we can do a little more sightseeing, which was our plan. Ride out, although the miles were big, really wasn't a problem. I think I could do them all the time. Coach Vic, her body is a little less forgiving than mine, I think, but she's not complained one bit. She has just been absolutely rock solid, tenacious, hard-nosed, and happy. Really has been a superlative trip with her. It's I just can't say enough good things about my bride. She's a sweetheart. So she should be coming with coffee here in a minute. Then we're gonna load this thing up and get on out of here. Traveling girl.
Not long after coming out of Palm Springs, California, we run just south of the Joshua Tree National Park, which everything was pretty much closed up. But we came also by an interesting site, a place called Coachella. Now, if you're not familiar with Coachella, they have a big festival there. It's an arts and music kind of festival. And it's become really cool, or maybe not that it's become cool, maybe it's become more of the cool place to be seen. As I talked to my daughter about it, and I actually called her on the phone to let her know, hey, we're by Coachella. She thought that was pretty amazing. You know, back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, Coachella lost $850,000 in a few-year period. They had some cool acts there back then. They had Beck and Tool. They had Morrissey, for those like me, the Smith fans, that sort of stuff. And they wanted this festival to feel more like a European festival. And it was shrinking. It really wasn't growing like they wanted it to. In around 2003, Perry Farrell, who you may remember with Jane's Addiction, he was the big Lollapalooza tour guy. He showed up and he helped kind of kick things off because he's that artsy kind of dude, man. In 03 to 05, the Chili Peppers and the Beastie Boys and Radiohead and The Cure, those types of cool bands were there. Fast forward to 2006 to 2008, you know, things are still picking up. By the time you get to 2015 to 2017, you've got AC/DC and Drake and Madonna. It's turning into more mainstream. They made over $84 million. $84 million. Now, from the conversation that I've had with my daughter, Coachella is more about being seen and being cool than it is about art and being avant-garde. It's become more Teen Vogue, Ariana Grande, that sort of thing. I know last year I watched a vlog that Casey Neistat did where they were out in the desert, and it is pretty darn cool. I would love to go to it. I would love to check it out. They got all kinds of cool stuff they do, big bonfires, all kinds of weird camping things. It really is. It's just out in the middle of the desert. So if you ever get a chance to go to Coachella, you know, hit me up. Send me some pictures. I'd like to see what it was like, because I don't think I'll ever get to go. As we approached the Colorado River and entered into the state of Arizona, we knew that it was time to get hot again. The sun was beating down, the temperatures well into the high 90s again, and it was time to sweat. I've had a few questions on how the Spyder has performed in the heat, and I'm going to tell you, surprisingly well. I don't know why I didn't expect it to, but honestly I didn't. I was very concerned. Maybe the fact that it was designed in Canada and it's cold up there, I don't know. Maybe my little peanut head just couldn't wrap around that. But it has worked exceptionally well in the hot weather. It doesn't really seem to affect it whether I've been riding in the cold or the heat. It seems to just perform like it always does. I watched that temperature gauge very, very closely, and it seems to be rock solid. I don't know that I would want to run in much more heat than I am running in, and honestly, I think that I would pop before the CanAm will. And that should be a confidence builder for those of you who want to do a trip like this. I would say don't be afraid of the heat as far as the machine is concerned. As long as your CanAm is maintained properly, I think you'll be just fine as far as the machine is concerned. The question is how the body can hold up, because the heat can be somewhat overwhelming. And speaking of heat, Coach Vic's overheating a little bit, so we're going to find us a spot to cool off. The farmland is picking up and things are starting to cool off a little bit, but still, she's telling me it's time for a stop, Coach. So let's find us a place.
Woo.
My body's all tingly.
So we took a little water break right here at the public library in Parker, Arizona. I've got the helmet cam going here, as opposed to getting out the selfie stick. But anyway, we're going to be crossing London Bridge here in 23 miles. We're pretty excited.
It's hot.
Compared to the other day, is it hot?
It's not as hot, but it's coming to a close. I was going to say second, but working its way to close first. Doable, it's beautiful.
12 degrees cooler than it was there. We're good.
A great adventure, so I'm not complaining.
The farmland cooled it down. It had gotten pretty hot, and then the farmland cooled everything down. So it's beautiful out here.
We're in Parker, Arizona right now.
We took the Mojave Highway and then a couple little side roads. Just letting the map kind of lead us to where we go and keep an eye on the big picture. But anyway, 23 miles from London Bridge. We're going to be taking a picture of that.
Yeah.
And it ain't falling down, baby. It better not be, because we're going to be on it.
As we left our little shaded safe haven in the library parking lot, we immediately entered the desert again. The temperatures began to rise, and we started to see the dreaded triple-digit numbers again. Although it was hot, it was a lot more tolerable than it had been earlier in the trip. As you're driving along this desert road, all of a sudden you look off to the left, and the Colorado River is dammed into a reservoir, and that reservoir is Lake Havasu. Now, Lake Havasu is this teal-colored water. It really is quite amazing. It looks a lot like what you would see if you were on a sailboat in the islands. It's quite spectacular to be driving through the desert in all of these red rocks, this desert world, and to look off your left side and see all of this water and boats and lush green land, and look off your right hand side and see nothing but rocks and desert. This is a beautiful part of the country, and it really does demand to be visited. The heat can be quite unforgiving, so make sure that you are prepared for it. Bring plenty of water, plenty of sunscreen if you're going to travel around the time that Coach Vic and I did. I'm not quite sure what it's like in the fall, but I'll bet the wind can make it a little snappy indeed. As I was saying earlier, one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is seeing London Bridge. Now, it's not the London Bridge that you see on TV with the spans and all of that sort of thing. The London Bridge that we're going to see was originally built in 1830 over the River Thames in London. It was dismantled in 1967, and each of the exterior granite blocks were numbered and sent over to Lake Havasu. It was going to be a planned community. Now, I'm sure that the underlying structure of the bridge is not the original structure, but all of the exterior granite blocks are, so what you see is what the bridge actually looks like. The bridge was completed in 1971, and it is the centerpiece of the city of Lake Havasu. Now, Lake Havasu, I will tell you, is hot. The city is super hot. In fact, the hottest I have seen on this trip, as far as pure numbers being generated by the temperature gauge on the CanAm. The machine has run fine. In fact, it's run perfectly. It's never squawked one single time. Whether I turned it off and turned it right back on, whether the fans were cooking me, it always fired right up and ran as it was designed to do. We were sitting at a red light a little while, and the fans cut on, and the temperature was reading 124 degrees. I felt like a pork sandwich being cooked over this thing. It was hot. But let's enjoy the beauty of the city of Lake Havasu and London Bridge.
Pull you in right here just for a second. Sit here. I don't care if we're supposed to be here or not. I really don't care. We're going to sit here and gather our thoughts and cool off, and we're fine.
Do you want to walk up and get a picture of it?
So here we are in lovely downtown Lake Havasu, Arizona. It is beautiful. It's hot. It is hot. I will say that. But talk about well worth the price of admission, man. London Bridge. You know, this is something that I really wanted to see, and I'm super excited about seeing it. Coach Vic, I parked the Spyder in the shade over there so she could cool off. It's ambient air temperature, probably 105, 106 right now. We got 61 miles to go. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do 30 miles, which will take us up to I-40. And then we'll take a short break in the shade for her. And we'll ride the last 30 on in and we'll be done for the day. That'll give us, well, with detours, probably 400 miles today. So if you've never been to Lake Havasu, man, you owe it to yourself. It's freaking awesome. Read about this place. I would actually, I'd actually like to retire here. Coach Vic, not so much. But I would be more than willing to move here and hang out. This is just awesome. Just wonderfully beautiful. London Bridge, man, London Bridge. Look at that bad boy. Woo! Hard to hide money. Especially if you ain't trying. Look at that dude down there. Four. I repeat, 4 big old engines. Look at that. Look at that. Let's walk out here. Coach Vic's like, can you park where you parked? I'm like, yes, I can. I think she was just asking if I was capable, not if I was legal. That is wonderful. Wow. Coolest ever. It's just so amazing. Great visit with the kids, man. What a wonderful trip. Memories of a lifetime. Memories of a lifetime. Got a couple of flights of stairs to go up. Oh yeah. Let's do it, baby. Woo, let's do it. Loving every minute of it. We step in that sun, though, it'll tell you. You in the sunshine, boy. As we left the greater Lake Havasu area and started seeing signs all over the place for the legendary Route 66, we knew we were getting close to Kingman, Arizona. The mesas were beautiful, the desert picturesque, and the travel wonderful. Today has been an exceptional ride, and I'm so grateful to have Coach Vic as my riding partner. As we enter Kingman, Arizona, we know that air conditioning and our motel room is right around the corner.
You know, it's hard to believe that just a few hours ago it was so hot out here you couldn't do anything, and now I touched the seat. It's cool to the touch. It's amazing. Not having any humidity. You know, in Florida it's just it's 90 degrees at night. Unlock this thing and put the seat rest in here. All right, everything's locked up. Getting ready to go do the shutdown for the evening. So, nice day. It was really hot. I was worried about Coach Vic, but it was a wonderful, just a great ride. I just want to walk. I just want to get out and walk, go for a ride. Tomorrow is Gallup, New Mexico. It's gonna be fun. All right, so day one on the return trip was San Diego, California to
Kingman, Arizona.
Oh, her brain is firing on all cylinders now.
What a day. That was tough.
So Coach Vic, now the mileage today was 401.6, so really a short day, and honestly, I'm going to toss my book over here. For me, honestly, it was hot, but I mean, for me, it was kind of an easy day. I just being quite frank.
The mileage was easy.
Okay.
But it was hot. I'll tell you that. I'm still reaping it. I'm still reaping the hot weather.
There was one point in Havasu, we got stuck at a red light, and for some reason the sensor, it just would not change, and so we just ran the red light. We're like, you know, we're just sitting here.
Coast is clear, and we went.
So. So tomorrow is a much easier day, and the climate is going to be nice tomorrow as well. We're looking leaving Kingman, Arizona. Eventual destination, Gallup, New Mexico. First stop will be William, Arizona, 114 miles. Second stop will be Holbrook, Arizona, 124 miles. And our final stop at 96 miles is Gallup, New Mexico. So 3 short legs. Should be a super easy day. Toss that book over there. We are not even concerned about getting up early in the morning. We're going to kind of sleep in a little bit. And
very nice.
The climate is supposed to be very nice. In fact, when we leave Gallup, New Mexico the next day, it's supposed to be in the 60s. And when we leave Amarillo the next day, it's supposed to be in the high 40s, low 50s.
Wow.
So it's amazing how the ambient air temperature while we were driving today was, the highest I saw was 108. It started coming down as we got to Kingman, and it got down to 102, which 102 did feel better than 108.
That's funny.
How much better? 6 degrees better.
It's crazy.
But Coach Vic's face was quite red, and you know, I was worried about her. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried about her.
Well, no more hot days like that. That's the worst of it. So, but it's been an adventure. But I will be honest, I can't wait for the desert to be over. I've seen a lot of desert. There's a lot of desert out here.
There is a lot of desert. Now, I do have a question for you to Coach Vic. Would you do it again? If you had never done it and you knew what you knew now and you wanted to go to San Diego, you had never done it before, I'm not asking if you would do it again tomorrow. I'm asking you, knowing what you know, would you have still made the decision that you made and did it?
Yes, for the adventure and the challenge, yes, I'd do it again.
Okay.
Because it's something I never thought I could do. I never thought I would be doing it. Never dreamed I'd be doing it. But the adventure's been, it's been really cool.
It has been. It's been, to me, it's been quite humbling.
Yes.
To see all of the things that I've never seen before, and to do the things that we're doing. There is a world out here of wonderful people.
There's a huge world. I could be home, sitting home, but instead I'm out adventuring. Man, I almost brings tears in my eyes. I'm gonna start crying, but I'm not gonna, because it's been challenging and it's been adventurous, and it's something I never thought I'd do. Even though I'm riding pillion, it's been a great trip.
It has
We still have a few more days left.
We're super excited. Tomorrow, like I said, is Gallup, New Mexico. Easy day. The next day is going to be a little further.
We'll talk about that tomorrow evening. Anything you'd like to add before we wrap this thing up?
I'm going to sleep well tonight. And the trip with the kids, I call them kids, with my son and his wife, the kid was great. I know you use great all the time. I gotta find other words to use. But we had a really nice visit with them. So we'll be back seeing them in December.
Are you as proud of them as I am?
Yeah, oh, very proud. They're doing very, very well.
So Coach Vic, I don't know if she was tearing up this morning when we left, but I don't know, man.
I was emotional, but I don't show it very well. All those little emotions are dug deep back in there somewhere. You know, that's just the way it is with me. But yeah, it was great seeing them, and
it was tough leaving.
And it was hard to leave. I wish they were closer.
You know, as a parent, the main thing is that they're successful,
and they've done it all, and they've done it on their own.
They are responsible, mature citizens, the type of person that we would want them to be. Even if they're a long way away, they are that, and I could not be more proud of my wonderful son and his beautiful wife. They are just amazing, 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 and that's my word, and I use that a lot. Mm-hmm. But they really, really are, and just the time they spent with us and the kindness that they showed us, they're grown up. They're just grown-ups.
They're grown-ups, yeah.
So hope you enjoyed.
You can sit back, put your feet up, and they're hostessing you.
Hosting and hostessing.
Hosting.
Also, we went to a cycle gear store. Coach Vic and I both got new jackets.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool, but it doesn't keep you cool. But I know
nothing keeps you cool at 100.
Tallahassee weather, it'll feel really nice. I'm sorry, all you safety guys out there. I had to tear it off, put the flannel on. I'm sorry. Just the way it was.
The quick catch up on some of the mods. How are the foot risers working?
They're perfect.
Absolutely perfect. Her feet are absolutely planted, solid, wonderful, man. That has made a huge difference. How about the butt buffer?
Oh, great. Yes. If it wasn't for the butt buffer, I'd be in big trouble.
We would be in big trouble, yes.
So that's been working out very well. Armrest.
Yeah, the armrest.
Although I do go about a mile or two and forget to put them back up after our rest stops. I'm like, how come something feels weird? Oh, armrests aren't on. But yeah, those have been great.
For me, the highway pegs, irreplaceable. You gotta have those. You need to be able to move your legs around. The backrest has been nice. The phone mount absolutely works perfectly. The USB port, I would be lost without that. You've got to have the USB port to charge phones and
yes,
things.
I can put my charger on it too sometimes.
So that was a huge thing. The RAM mount, the RAM swinging cup holder, it works. Is it what I'm going to go with in the long run? I still don't know yet.
Yeah, his bottles blow out of it sometimes.
Yeah. So
mine works really good though.
Coach Vic has like the water bottle cage holder. So.
And his backrest has a little pocket to keep up my little snacks in there.
Her snacks are important.
Because I like to snack when I'm driving.
So there you have it. Day 1 of the return trip, which will be, I think, 6 days long, because we're going to be, when we get back home, we're basically going to use home as a motel room night. We're going to continue eastbound, go to the Atlantic Ocean.
I hope I can do it.
You can do it.
Oof.
Don't give up.
I know we may not go to the house because I won't want to leave. We might just get a hotel somewhere else. It's gonna be hard to leave, especially when I see my doggies.
It's gonna be good. So we are gonna hit that bed over there and get some sleep and get up in the morning and let's head to Gallup, New Mexico.
And those of you who had a chance to travel, do it. My next one, I want to go to Maine.
She wants to go to Maine. I want to go to Canada.
I want to go to the East Coast, not on the coast, but on the East States. And then come up in the Middle States. Come back down the Middle States. Well, let me get through this one first, and then let me reevaluate that.
It's going to be good. So, we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.